Hi everybody, welcome back to Shell Style Stitches. I hope you are all doing okay and have had a good week. Apologies for my rushed video last week. I was away all weekend. I didn't get back till 5 o'clock Sunday evening. So it's a long and tiring weekend and I have been very tired this week. So I'm trying to, haven't done masses of crochet. I've just been vegging out on the sofa. You know, sometimes you've got to do what you've got to do. So yeah, this video today is going to be about my Toft Imaginist entry that I thought I'd show you. If you follow me on Instagram, you will have probably seen my post already, so you will have seen it, but not in the flesh. And I will just do a little bit at the end as to what I'm working on at the moment, but we've had no yarny deliveries. I know, right? What's going on? Nothing's due to come. I mean, obviously I've got my clubs and things to come, but some of the people that are doing the clubs have been sort of, I think, with shows like Yarndale and Malvern. Some of the autumn sort of shows are starting to happen now from September, because I know I've got Ali Pally in a week and a bit. So yeah, I haven't placed any Toft orders. I'm still debating the new hand dye, well, not the new hand dye, the new colourways in the 100g skeins. I might wait till Ali Pally and purchase it, I'm not sure yet. I do like the chive, I do like that colour of green, and obviously like the beetroot and the heather. I've got beetroot, haven't I? I think in my Harriet Tubman dolls kit. Not too sure whether I would use the beetroot. I could get a couple of chive though, couldn't I? You can go on and you can pick, you could do like a 3-colour bundle to save a bit of money, and you can actually, there is a drop down to pick. I thought it was a specific 3 colours, so I could get 2 chive and a new kale. Anyway, so yeah, shows and everything starting at the moment. Trying to think what else has been going on really yarny wise. Not a lot, it's all just quiet on the Western Front. Waiting for Discreet Unicorn instalment for September. That's to come. Spectrum Fibre I know will be delayed because Bryony got married yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. So she had wedding and everything to sort out. And then Advents may start to come in, but I think that's more early November. There will obviously be, when I go to Ali Pally, I'll try and do some videoing, and there's more than likely going to be a haul when I get back. So that'll be a long video. Right, waffling on. Imaginists. So I did my first entry for box 14 ever, which was the yellows and blacks. So that was my Joe Rick, the Luster Monster, if you saw that. I suppose I didn't leave it to that late to start mine, but the deadline is 6 days time, Saturday the 30th of September. So you have to get it in and get it posted. For Toft will then see it. And they will then put it on a reel on Ed's Imaginists on like a story, everyone's entries. You have to have a public Instagram account. If you've got a private one, tagging, they can't share, it doesn't work. And yeah, they will post them all, and then you need to make sure yours is in that story to have been considered, and if not, make sure you flag it to them so that they can put all the entries in to decide. I will, if you've seen it on Instagram, but you might not have done, but what I'll do is I will show you the original design I drew out for my monster, because it did evolve. So yeah, this was my original design that I drew out, probably when the box came of colours, so end of June, beginning of July maybe. And I'm hopeful, let me try and hold it up against the back of this so you can see it properly. So this was my original really pants drawing, because I can't draw. He's very bottom heavy there. So this is my original drawing. So we've got some ears with some chain loops on there and some colour being split across sort of diagonally. I'm kind of pointing out the things to you that have changed basically. We've got some sort of I think I kind of wanted to do like the Mohican here and just loop through some strands to make him have like not a hairy chest, like a hairy sash. And then we've got the feet here that I originally picked and alternating coloured toes. So that was kind of, and that's to show the sort of Mohican on the head. That was my original design for box 15. Yeah, it didn't completely turn out like that. It's not far off. But let me show you my drawing now. And I have to say, I do love the Imaginists templates they now put in the PDF, because this helped me enormously, because I really can't draw, as that picture attests. So here we go. So this is my box 15 drawing with my, I want to call it a menu. I don't think it's a menu. Can't remember the word of what they say. Your formula, I think it is. Oh, it says it right there, Michelle. Okay. I have been awake for like 2 hours, but there we go. So this is my design. So I've coloured in and done it all to actually match my actual finished item. Tried to replicate some of the pattern that I've got on the legs and arms here. I quite like this as well, because I can then keep this in like an A4 folder. So each one that I sort of participate in, if I sort of do it and finish it off like that, I can, yeah, which is quite good. I had to do a sneaky, you might be able to see, Tipex mouse there on the, because the head obviously goes all the way around. So to draw his tusks, I had to Tipex mouse it out there. But nobody would know if you hold it back here, Michelle, if I hadn't have told you that. So there's a trick and a tip if you need one, if you're filling out one of these. And then on the back is where, because I've got all my colour changes and things, I was, as I like to call myself, Anal Annie, and I wrote it all down. Well, I kept it on my phone and now I've written it all down on the back there, because I've got these colour changes. So that was a bit of a push for myself, because the last one I did do sort of a colour change, but in a very much a stripe across the head, or proper sections. I've tried to do a gradient sort of transition, let's say. So I'll give you a background about him. He's called a Paleohomi, which is paleo for like paleontology, because he's a bit like a caveman monster. And Homi is because the Neanderthals tribe was the homini. So some of the girls that I chat with that are down along the coast with me, that I met at Kew, helped me come up with that name. So thank you, Sian, Elspeth and Kelly, for that. Helped me with my name, because I wanted something a bit different. And yeah, so they helped me with that. Excuse me. And then backstory. So he is basically, yeah, like a Neanderthal monster, but we're not really sure from what era. Paleo is obviously another word for ancient as well. So he was ancient as a baby. And the Homi is the half of his surname, basically, his tribe name. So he likes to climb with his arms. He's got like a claw arm and claw foot. And he's got a mace to crack open stones for fossils, to find all those glittering fossils, and a flipper to help him fish. And he ends up, though, because there's only one flipper, goes around in circles, and that led him to design the very first wheel, let's say. So that's my backstory. It's written probably a bit nicer on my Instagram, but that is the backstory. So I'll try and, we'll hold all the way back for the goodness of all the way back, so you can see. And I'm holding up the head because he is top heavy because of his tusks. So we'll start at the head. So we've got the two ears here that are like sort of bunny ears, and we've done some gradient sort of colour change there. I'll show you the back as well, so you can sort of see the back of the ears and the Mohican. So the Mohican does go all the way around, you can see there. There he is in his full glory. The tusk positioning, I think maybe he could have done with being up a little higher to stop his head being so droopy. But again, you can reinforce the neck, which is probably what is needed. But he has tusks there, and what we've done is to sort of curve them. We've threaded some yarn in the end and just sort of pulled it tight. We did do, you can sort of see like a little stitch in the back there to hold the tusk in that sort of shape. Yeah, to try and bend the tusk a little bit. It's just kind of a case of pulling, kind of going through here and pulling it through, and to sort of make it sort of curve back on itself as such. So those are the tusks on his face. I did do different eyes to start with. I've got a picture and I wasn't happy with them, but also I realised that when I look on the Imaginists on the Toft website, Kerry does change any eyes to be the Toft eyes, if that makes sense. So I was like, oh, I might as well just do it with the Toft eyes. And he does actually look better with those. So then we've got, if I move one of his tusks out the way, his arm. So this is his mace arm. Again, we've done some colour change there. You can see the back between the Imaginist turquoise and the charcoal. And then he's got his 3 points for smashing open the fossils to get into those, smashing open the rocks to get to the fossils. Then the other arm, if I move his tusk out the way, again is a gradient. So we have actually gone from charcoal to cream to turquoise. So this was one piece, this bit in the book, and then what I've done is done from about here again to make this piece, and sewn it on to make it like a claw type, good for climbing. So those are the 2 arms, and then the legs. So you can see the colour change we've got there, cream to turquoise to charcoal, and it's kind of gone in a, not a candy cane, but you know what I mean, sort of a spiral. And then the black we've got here sort of does a dotted and then a bit into a bit of a spiral, and the flipper foot. So this is my Imaginist entry for box 15. Yeah, I did again really enjoy the process, and I did enjoy sort of changing because I looked at my original design and I wasn't that happy with sort of the legs mainly. I decided not to give him the sort of hairy sash. I kind of didn't want to detract from the charcoal arm here and the charcoal piece here. I thought it might. So sometimes less is more, isn't it? And yes, I did decide to put an ear on one side and an ear on the top. That is intentional. He's not meant to have both his ears on the top. There you go. I mean, opinions, I don't know. It might not ever be everyone's cup of tea, but I was quite pleased with that. And I pushed myself with the colour changes, etc. Something a bit different. So yeah, we will see. We will see how we get on. I'm hopeful that Kerry might pick before Ali Pali, because I'm going to Ali Pali on the 7th, I think it is. And yeah, it closes on the 30th of September, but it just obviously depends how quickly they decide and announce the winners. And also last time, I think it took an age for, so they contacted the winners, I think on a Friday, and it pretty much took all weekend for the winners to come back. So they wait for the actual winners to acknowledge that they've seen that they've won, if that makes sense, on direct message. So we'll see. It's next Saturday is the closing day, and they'll leave for sort of obviously the last day and any last stragglers. So we might find out just before we go to Ali Pali. We'll see. But yeah, so that is box 15. Back to the original colours. We're not sure what she's going to do next. Be interesting to see what colourway she does next. I think this was more for the relaunch of It's Imaginists by going back to the original colours, because this is what they're always released in terms of the pattern. You can obviously pick your own colours, but the pattern I think comes in this. So yeah. So that is done now at least, and then I'll be waiting to see what the next box is for me to have a go. Right, project at the moment. I did take one away with me last weekend and I didn't start it because I had a banging headache all weekend while I was away. So what I've decided to do, rather than actually start that, is now it's sort of getting a little bit cooler in the evenings and we have the door open for the rabbit. I have been working on, show you, don't lose it, my blanket back for my Marauders map. So if you've watched my videos, you'll seen I did the Marauders map I finished it at the end of January. And as mad as everyone says I am, I decided to crochet a back for it to hide all the ends from all the colour changes of doing the map. So I think I showed you this quite a while ago now. So we're doing house colours. So we're just doing thick stripes of house colours. So Gryffindor, Ravenclaw, Hufflepuff, Slytherin. So when I picked this up, I had done I'd done one round of each of the colours, plus about this much of the red. So we've got through all of the red, all of the blue, and we're now on to the yellow again. So we've just got yellow and green to go. So I'm going to plan a day in front of the TV today because I'm still shattered. I know, lazy, but do what you got to do. It's not lazy. We need to do more self-care. Listen to Michelle. Do more self-care. Do more crochet. So yeah, so we're doing that at the moment, because then once we finish this, I'm then going to crochet them two together and then do like a little bit of a border around the edge. Like, I think I've got some left. This is my leftover that I've got. And I've still got 2 creams and 1.5 of the burgundy. So I was thinking I'll join them together and then I'll do something with cream and burgundy, I think, around the edge. I've probably not got enough of the house colours, and I wouldn't want to get halfway round the whole thing to find that I've run out. So we'll use up what we've got in the stash. But yeah, I would like to try and do that so that I can then crochet around the edge and finish that, because that would be really nice to actually have a finished blanket that I can use as it gets really cold. And it's going to be really thick and warm because it's double knit. No, this is Aran on both sides, so it's going to be really warm. For those really cold nights when we can't afford to put the heating on because, you know, cost of living. Right, so I'm going to fold that up now. I'm going to make you watch me fold it. I need to keep it all neat and tidy. So I'm going to carry on with that. Try and get that finished. And then yeah, I think I'm going to take my Imaginist to Ali Pali with me as my show and tell for Kerry. But yeah, I'm going to Ali Pali on the Saturday, so if anyone's going along and spots me, say hi. It's really nice to see anyone. It's going to be busy, I think, so I want to try and get up there early if we can. I need to speak to the girls I'm going with, because when we went up there last year on a Saturday, the car park was rammed. It opens at 9:30, so I feel like we probably need to get up there super early doors, because yeah, we are driving, we're not training it. I find Ali Pali a bit of a weird place to get to on the train. I've never tried it, in fairness, but it seems a bit out of the way. And also, you get the train up there, anything you buy then, you've got to train it back rather than just dump it in the boot of the car. Yeah, right, enough waffling from me. I hope you're all doing okay. Do comment, share your projects as well that you're on, and if any of you as well have done Instagram entries, Imaginist entries, let me know and put your Instagram in and as well, and then I'll go and have a look, because I do like looking at everybody's. And obviously then as well you can make sure that then it's being seen, because yeah, tagging it and making sure that we can actually see it. But yeah, right, this is Sunday today, so have a good Sunday, have a relaxing day, whatever you're doing, and I might have some yarny goodies, I don't know, to show you next week. We'll see how restrained I am, because there is a company that I like that's reopening their website on Monday, made by penguins, so might make a purchase. Anyway, have a lovely rest of your week, and I will see you next time. Take care. Bye.